It's summertime, and is there anything better than a fresh tomato from a tomato plant? In fact, we have lots that are growing here. We've been enjoying these. Oh, it is so good. It's like candy. My parents used to say, trying to get me to eat vegetables. Let me just swallow that. Just wait. I don't know if you're like me, but I'm concerned about the future development of leaders in every arena, but especially in the church. That's what God's given me a burden for, and my wife a burden for many years actually, is to say, where are the next generation of servant leaders going to come from? We have a passion, you could sum it up as developing leaders that are grounded in the gospel of Jesus Christ. We started a ministry called Trinity Greenhouse, and in that greenhouse is an internship program, a young adult community, and a seminary internship program as well. We also have wonderful connections where we're helping nurture gospel atmospheres around the world, actually, in Tanzania and Canada and in a couple places in America. But especially right here, we're rooted right here and have been for almost 15 years in the port of Los Angeles, San Pedro, California, at a church called Trinity. Trinity's graciously opened up their ministry and their space, and have for years, to developing leaders that are grounded in the gospel. They want to be fruit-bearing people. For the lesson this week in a lot of our churches, in Matthew chapter 13, Jesus talks about a sower who you can trust, seed that you can trust. In fact, it's good no matter what. The only thing that changes, the only variable is what kind of soil it lands in. And when it lands in healthy soil, it produces fruit. It's fruit producing leaders that are grounded in the gospel. So we care about this gospel-oriented atmosphere whereby God can grow in the life of young people leadership for the next generation in the church. I could tell you a couple stories. One, Drew, who was here before we even knew what we were doing, but has spent a year here growing, becoming gospel grounded in a more profound way, now serving as a parish pastor in the Midwest, serving as the leader of the board for World Mission Prayer League. I could tell you about Kira, who came for a year, served here on an internship. She was our first intern, went on mission with the church to Slovakia, and we talked her into coming back actually to help us with this internship program and serving as youth and family minister. She's doing a fantastic job. I could tell you about Matt, a guy who came to us at the end of his high school, beginning of college, and just started to discern calling to ministry. Trinity gave him space and gave him grace. He's now a midler in seminary and planning to serve the church in the years to come. I could tell you about Ellie, who just went through a year of internship here, on the phone, connecting even during this COVID time, figuring out how to reach out with God's love, becoming grounded in the gospel as she's becoming a leader. Could tell you about Jordan. We don't know what Jordan and Ellie's next assignment is, but we're really looking forward. Jordan, who created a community even in the sound booth as he served in that and many other areas here at Trinity. Those have been the fruit. Those have been the tasty leaders that have been produced over the last couple years. And it was one intern at first, then 3, and this year we're planning on 8 who will be residential. But that goes to say we need help. We have a program that we've tested. We have a place for them. We have people, young people that are interested. You know, it says, Jesus says in another part of Matthew, the harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Then he says this, pray earnestly that God would raise up laborers for the harvest. And we've been praying earnestly for this. And guess what? We believe 8 is part of God's answer to raise up and to produce leaders that are grounded in the gospel. I would love to tell you a lot more about this. I could go on and on really about my excitement about this internship program. Greenhouse, we call it Greenhouse because what we see coming is something that is more than just for a congregation. It definitely is a mutual blessing for us the year that an intern is here, but we're doing this for the sake of the church. We're doing this for your sake. We want to produce leaders for the church, not just Trinity, for the church that can be transplanted from the gospel atmosphere, the greenhouse here at Trinity, into wherever they go, to be life-bearing, produce-bearing kind of leaders in the church. I wonder if you're interested. My family's going on vacation at the end of July in the great state of Minnesota, as we do a lot of summers. And if you happen to be in the Midwest, I would love to find a time to share about how you could join us in partnership at Trinity Greenhouse. Or maybe you know someone who is, and you could share this link with them. I'd love to make time to meet with you to share about how you could either be a patron, a partner, or a proclaimer in our work together to create, to develop, to produce leaders that are grounded in the good soil of the gospel of Jesus Christ. My email is Nathan, Nathan, at trinitysanpedro.org. You can find out more about this whole program at trinitysanpedro.org/greenhouse, or give me a call. My cell phone number is 310-913-1838. Every blessing from God. Maybe we'll meet you soon.